Losing die rolls to Trojan Mamba. Ooh, cool name. Don't understand it, but Trojan and Mamba, interesting things. I'm curious to see what this next deck has in store. Playing against a mono red deck probably means it was an underpowered deck. And again, we got lucky on that first game, so I'm not too sure how my deck is performing, though it seems to be going pretty okay. Haven't been too screwed on mana, and have had places to put my mana. I'm sure there's way better and consistent versions of this archetype, but who cares? I'm learning. Okay, here's our hand. We're going to keep it, because we have our 2 fonts. We can start ramping and getting the other lanes that we need, and we have a Return Phalanx to stay alive. Let's see what my opponent's doing. A Sedge Scorpion. That's kind of good news for us, because it means my opponent's looking to have this game go a little bit late. Though if that guy gets suited up with like an Ordeal or an enchantment of some kind, I'm going to have trouble dealing with that guy. For now, not having a whole lot of pressure, I'm perfectly stoked just to go ahead and blow this Font of Fertility. Go ahead and grab a Plains, because I care more about the Plains than about the island. Question is, do I go ahead and play the Market Festival right away? Ooh, a Scourge is a thing. Wayfinder's okay. This is just a 2/2. Nice thing is the only thing that's sacrificable now is a Sedge Scorpion. We'll be able to take care of the Scourge of Skull Vale with the Keepsake Gorgon soon enough. So maybe we just play the Return Phalanx and then the Satyr Wayfinder. And because we're not really ramping anything with the Market Festival anyway. I'm able to play the Keepsake Gorgon next turn no matter what. So these are kind of for later. Yeah, let's just get some dudes on the ground. I like that idea. We'll start off with the Wayfinder. Ooh, that's kind of nice. We got our last land, which we can play. This allows us to have some really nice blocks here. Warming Siren is good. We currently don't have a way to deal with it, but we just drew a nice way to take care of this. No, the Scourge is going to do it. We'll have to do that in response. I think we just play the Keepsake Gorgon, right? Yeah, that's got to be right. Balance is bad for us, that's for sure. You know, doing a monstrosity and then getting the Keepsake Gorgon balanced isn't going to be awesome. Alright. This is, I think, a pivotal turn. Can my opponent do something to kind of get things going? 1 point damage in the air I'm okay with. That is fine. But do you have bounce? Do you have something powerful to do? You don't. I like that right now. Kind of want to leave up open the Pharikis Cure in case my opponent tries to do something. I want to get the font blown in order to thin the deck out. Helps with the ramp as well, which we can easily do. Can we do Market Festival as well for keeping the swamps available? 1, 2, 3, 4. If we do 2 forests, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, so we go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4 with Market Festival on the swamp. That allows us to do the Pharikis Cure if we need it. We'll go ahead and play the Font of Fertility. So if we need to use the Pharikis Cure, we can. And if my opponent, if we don't need to use the Pharikis Cure, we don't have to blow the font. We have plenty of mana. I just want to thin the deck out. This is sacrifice creatures what? I need to see all this text. It's toughness, right? Come on. Where's my reminder text? There it is. Yeah, it is creature's toughness. Got it. So it has to be in response to a sacrifice or something. Still okay with 1 point of damage. That is still very okay. End step. Cool. I guess it doesn't really matter what we grab at this point. So we'll grab another forest. Maybe I should get a swamp because I have this Pharika's Cure. Yeah. Should have grabbed a swamp. That way I don't have to use the Market Festival to cast it. I mean, we're okay. Where do I want to put this Nyxborn Wolf? 1, 2. This is 4, 5, 6, 7. We can't do the Wolf and the Keepsake Gorgon. I'm still okay with 1 right now, so I'll wait to 2 for 1 my opponent with the Keepsake Gorgon. So if I put the Wolf onto the Wayfinder, it forces through some damage and makes the Sedge Scorpion trade. My opponent might want to let that happen, and I'm kind of okay with starting to want to beat down. So let's do that. That might seem counterintuitive, but it's enough of a threat where my opponent's probably just going to do the trade, whereas if I didn't put the Wolf on the Wayfinder, my opponent may not actually attack with the Sedge Scorpion. Alright, what do you have for us? Oh, a Savage Surge, I see. Yes, indeed. Still okay. It means we're trading a Savage Surge with the Wayfinder. Sure, the Warwing Siren ends up getting kind of big, but again, we get to kill that pretty easily with the Keepsake Gorgon, assuming it doesn't get bounced. That's a kind of a big assumption. But I'm cool with that. Chain the Wayfinder with any, like, fairly decent spell is good. Very, very good. My opponent could go ahead and sacrifice the Warwing Siren now. That's so big. To get the Scourge super huge. Oh, you're doing it. You are doing it. Yes. Please don't have anything to back this up. I still have a Death Toucher, so it's not the end of the world, but 2 for 1? 2 for 1? This is what we were hoping for. This is what I was saving up for. Nice. Very nice. That's probably going to be the game. Don't want to get too overconfident. I don't have any cards in hand, but man, Warwing Siren and Scourge of Skolavale for a Pharika's Cure. Yes, please. Very, very much yes, please. I should accept my priority. Alright, what do I want to do? This guy is kind of annoying. Pay 2, attack with return Phalanx. I mean, it's going to trade with something at some point. I don't have evasion. I don't want to waste the Keepsake Gorgon. So yeah, let's just go ahead and attack with this guy. And I'll just happily keep up my 7 here. Yep, it's going to happen. But now I get to attack in the future for 5. And any threat I'm scared about, the Gorgon can take out. That is not a threat I am scared about. Though it does trade with my Nyxborn Wolf, which is fairly annoying. Lands. It was bound to happen. I'll just go ahead and attack him with a Keepsake Gorgon. Pick away my opponent for 2. Ouch. If my opponent wants to attack, that's cool, because I can crack back for 5. Oh, Chromanticore! I wish you were in my deck right now! Stratus Walk! Who cares? Now you can't block me. I think you're just digging for a card. Is that right? Is that what you're doing? You're losing that race, my friend. As soon as it gets scary, I'm going to bless that Keepsake Gorgon. Am I being hubristic? Is there a card I'm missing that makes that correct? Ah, still drawing lands. I do want to play my lands out, because we only have 7 and play something that I draw is going to be kind of key. I don't ever want to not be able to Monstrosity my Keepsake Gorgon. I don't think I would put the Stratus Walk on the Golden Hind unless I was really desperate for a card. And I guess my opponent is kind of at that spot. But I just feel like that's not where we're at right now in this game. Alright. Not a land. Yay! You are not a land. 5, 6, 13? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Oh my gosh, I can do both. Loves it. I'm doing this first because I want to scry and see what I have. Helps me decide if I want to try to trade off this wolf or not. You're on the bottom. And you're on the bottom. Because, well, I mean, I guess the Return Reliever does work to keep the Hypnotist away. But I want better stuff than that. I'll block the wolf to the Hypnotist. No, I'm going to use the Scholar. Duh. And this is exactly why I was playing that land out earlier. To be able to cast a big drop and still do the Monstrosity with all my mana. What do you have here? Sudden Storm? Okay. Okay. Allows you to attack in for 4 next turn. But if I'm scared of that, I still get to kill you. And I'm only down to 10. I'm still kind of winning the race. Let's see. I'm okay with going down to 10 against my opponent's blue-green deck. I really think that's true. I think I believe that. But am I cool with going down to 6 next turn? I don't know. What am I scared of? I'm going to go ahead and blow this now. This could be very wrong. After all. Bouncy, bouncy. Well, that's okay. Gets the card out of hand. It's not great, don't get me wrong, but I still have defense with it, so it's not the end of the world. And I can play it and Monstrosity it again. Now it is -3, -0, right? So yeah. My opponent will be able to Deepwater Hypnotist this. But I'll get to block the Deepwater Hypnotist, kill the Golden Hind, stay at 10. I think we'll be okay. Could be another bounce spell. But I do get my other dudes back. Yeah, I'm going to kill it. I just want to keep my life total A-okay. Oh, hold on. I can't do anything right now. Here we go. Another bounce spell? You got 3 cards in hand. What else you got? What you got, friend? I have not won this game yet, and I do have to be careful, but I do think it's right not to get too much lower in life against a tempo strategy. Retraction Helix, you say? Alright, more bounce. But even though I'm taking little bits of damage here and there, each time my opponent bounces, I am like eating a card. That's nice. And then these guys I'll get to untap next turn. big dude. Okay, that's kind of annoying, but I still think we're at a place being able to play the Keepsake Gorgon and Monstrosity. It means we're in like a pretty okay to be able to have our defense up. The question is, do I want to put any pressure against my opponent? Now, I mean, my opponent's down to 1. I think we wait until the Keepsake Gorgon's out and the Grim Guardian's out. Is there any way this wolf is blocking? Yeah, we need defense. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7 means a Sea God's Revenge doesn't technically kill, and I can kill a creature in response, and we're still just going to keep trying to like clear a dude off the board. Our board state is pretty nice. You doing the wolf? No, still the Gorgon. Okay. Gorgon's still fine because it can block and not die. Ooh, something else? Is this Sea God's Revenge? Fairies Band Tromper. Don't care about you. Who do I kill right now? Because I'm definitely Monstrosity the Keepsake Gorgon. My opponent has no cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Monstrosity. Who do I care about? Maybe the Flyer, because in case the Horizon Scholar does get dealt with, my big dudes on the ground aren't able to deal with it. And then we can just kind of like solidify our board state down here. The thing is, it's only 2 power. The Tromper is the one that can get kind of nasty. Yeah, I think we lose in the air. Yeah, we'll just get rid of the Flyer. I'm cool with that. Put my opponent down at 13 with another blocker. We have good blocks on the ground at that point. Sure, the Keepsake Gorgon doesn't kill anything with Deepwater Hypnotist. But then I can trade, or, you know, my Deepwater Hypnotist has to be, like, attacking in some way. So we're in okay shape. Opponent has no cards in hand, so just F16. We're going to attack with Horizon Scholar. Try to put the pressure back on my opponent. We do die to a Sea God's Revenge, but I have one of the Sea God's Revenge in the draft, and I think it's unlikely that my opponent top decks it. And so far, that is accurate. Oh, wow. Talk about a big game. Let's go ahead and do that. Attack within our Scholar. Now I'm not gonna. Now I will play around another Sea God's Revenge. Attacking in with my Keepsake Gorgon right now doesn't really like advance the clock at all. So I guess it does an extra turn, right? Yeah, it could be right. Where's Ajani? I mean, no, it's Winmore, but it's more just I have Ajani in my deck. I want to be able to play Ajani more than just once in that early match. And that's that. Ajani? No Ajani. Okay, so blue-green tempo is definitely a thing that can deal with my deck fairly okay. I don't want to bring in the double red with the bolt, even though that takes out quite a number of things. Thing is, Returned Reveler just doesn't do a lot against my opponent's many 3-power creatures, although there are the 2 ones as well. But my opponent's playing the green thing. There's going to be a lot of that ramping with the Golden Hind. So that's the only card I want to remove. We got other things to do at 2. But then what do I bring in? A Thunderfoot? That seems to be okay. Do I have any way to even target it? I have 1 Nyxborn Wolf. At worst, I can do a Pharika's Cure, so I'm really just bringing in a 3/4 for 5? That seems horrible. Maybe play the Mortal's Resolve, try to get my opponent a little bit. Maybe another Deserter's Quarters? No, I think we're good on our removal spells with our Keepsake Organs and stuff. I do like having a combat trick, but I'd rather have another creature. Maybe it's this Return Centaur at 4. Yeah, I think it's Return Centaur, oddly enough. Not a very strong card, but it just does so much good blocking against what my opponent's doing. I'm worried about flyers, but I got ways to kind of deal with the flyers with our removal spells and then the Horizon Scholar that shouldn't be super horrible. Yeah. Yeah. I think I like that better. Alrighty. A really not awesome hand, but we're not going to mulligan it. Lands in multiple colors is a good thing against my opponent. Lead off with a swamp in case we want to have our Pharika's Cure early on, which we don't, so now we just get to hang out for a while. Opponent could have sideboarded in like a Stymied Hopes or something. That's pretty good against my deck. Warming Siren. Okay. Ooh, Seaga's Revenge will be nice if we ever get to that mana. There's no reason to play the Mountain, but sure, why not? Show that we've got some of the action. Yeah, definitely want to get this Keepsake Organ down soon in order to get rid of the Warwing Siren. Actually, I think I want to play the Swamp, just to represent Pharika's Cure. My opponent saw it last turn, and I blew it out, so my opponent's probably going to be paranoid about it. It doesn't kill the Warming Siren, but it might, I don't know, affect something else my opponent's doing, like a Golden Hind, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, see, I don't know. Although my opponent probably would have discovered right away that I don't have anything worth noting. Alright, 6-drop. My Scatty-Use. This is not where my deck wants to be. We're flooded out on lands. We want our lands, but we want to have gotten them with our enchantments. What else you got? F5. Ooh, that's a really good card. We're going to take some nasty beats. Hopefully this Gorgon sticks around and we're able to kill this guy before major shenanigans happen, but I got 2 turns of that. I might be down to 1 by then. Because, yeah, even if I draw one of my market festivals, that's not going to get us there in time. If my opponent has any other way to pump Warming Siren, I think we're dead. Sedge Scorpion ain't it, so that's good. But being down to 1 means, like, I gotta do some not-awesome trades soon. The Keepsake's kind of cool. So if I can stay alive, my opponent doesn't target, we'd be fine, but I'm pretty sure like a Sun and Storm or something's gonna come down and then like we're just dead. What? Such is the life. 10 lands, 4 spells. Not bueno. Ugh. Wait a second. Come on, bounce one of my guys. Bounce one of my guys! You didn't bounce one of my guys. Boink. Alright. Well, that is the danger of our deck, being inconsistent and not getting some of our enablers to make it work. We still don't have ways to deal with flyers, right? Just more of like this late kind of removal-y type spell. But we had other decent ways. Maybe this Keepsake Organ is a little too slow. Maybe I do want another Quarters because it's the only other thing I can play to kill or to like set aside the Warming Siren because it gets to 6, not 7. No. I don't think that's right. I still think we keep it this way. Yeah. Gonna keep it. I do want to play first. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm gonna throw this away. Arg! Why couldn't we have had a mix of the last hand? Well, same as last game. See what my opponent has. My opponent's already up a number of cards. Well, we gotta start. 2-drop into a 3-drop, and then removal spell once we finally ever get there. Oh, that's good too. Waste one of the triggers, but whatever. Alright. I want my Font of Fertility, or one of them. Hey! How about that? Ain't that a thing? Opponent still has 7 cards in hand, and I'm gonna have 1. Woohoo! That's the way you do it, bunny. I'm gonna go get a Plains. Or am I? Yes. Yes, I am. Okay. Could be a flash creature here. But the ones at 4 at least trade with Oakheart Dryads. Which is not grand, but, you know, is a thing. Could be Breaching Hippocamp, which would be bad, but if it was one of the flyers, it'd be good. Because I don't have a way to deal with flyers at the mementos. Yeah, we're going to go search for a Plains now. And then, my opponent's not doing a whole lot. That's interesting. I wonder why that is. My opponent has 7 cards in hand and all the mana in the world. Now you're just waiting to do this? To Griptide. That's not really a big threat. I mean, it's fine, cool, get rid of it, but it's not like that's a big deal in any way, shape, or form. Do I leave Pharika's Cure up? No, not at all. So now we have a couple of removal spells to stay alive. As in Deserter's Quarters and Pharika's Cure, and then Keepsake Gorgon. So we might be able to stabilize. If my opponent's just playing Divination, that's good. Still, 7 cards in hand. That is scary. 1, 2, 3. So we have 3, 4, 5. So we play a Wayfinder and the Keepsake Gorgon, right? Yes. Or we could attack with the Return Phalanx. Now, let's get the Keepsake Gorgon down. So 1, 2, 3. Cast. I don't think I care, but we'll use the blue. We could whiff. I just realized that. That would be bad. Hey, we didn't. Though I wouldn't mind that Lightning Strike. Counter? Nullify. It was bound to happen. Not stoked. That's definitely a good one. I need my Pharika's Mender. But we still have 2 removal spells. I assume a lot of what my opponent's going to be playing soon is going to be out of removal spell range. But this will be good for like Warwing Siren. This for like a Scourge of whatever, Veil, or I don't know, something random. Though my opponent has a lot of 3 power dudes, or 3 toughness dudes, that makes this not great. Hey, maybe we'd kill some... Oh. What you getting back? Nullify? Go for it. Connect 4. I could just run out the Oakheart Dryads. Try to bait it, but why not just go ahead and attack with my Return Phalanx and my Satyr Wayfinder? We get 1 point of damage. My opponent has 6 cards in hand. That's kind of crazy. See, I really want some of my 5 and 6 drops. Get a Johnny out, Pharika's Mender, or just another Keepsake Gorgon. Something super powerful that can probably do some 2-for-1 action, because I am worried about my opponent's massive card advantage. But so far I've been okay. Considering I'm only down so low, my opponent's starting with 3 extra cards. Not completely upset. Alright. Attacking with both. Get my 1 point in. Boink. Now I could take this opportunity to Pharika's Cure the Demonic Wall, but I'm really not on the aggressive, and I think it's more important for me to like save it for some type of creature that will like even like a Sedge Scorpion. We'd happily send that guy away. Fairies Band Trumper. Bummer. I think we'll offer the Trade of the Turn Phalanx here with Fairies Band Trumper. And not just like tap the guy down. Especially because allowing my opponent to tap isn't exactly great with the Fairies Band Trumper. My opponent will probably always have Nullify up. Ooh, Stratus Walk. Okay, maybe I do just start tapping the guy down. I don't want to be taking just like beats every turn. No matter what, it's going to get the card. Tapping this dude. Totally showcasing my Pharika's Cure, but it's only we tap the mana, unfortunately. Uh-oh. Hey guys, a little glitch on my recording. I'm hoping this is working now. I ran out of space. I had to delete some stuff. Anyway, I think we're okay. Definitely not excited for the Warwing Siren. That's kind of what this Deserter's Quarter is supposed to be.